Hey, welcome back to EC Learn Along. Well, hello. So it's been a little while. I can't remember exactly where we left off, but I know we kind of filled in some gaps to save some time. I kind of think we beat the horse on the configuration policies. We didn't cover all of them, but we kind of ran through endpoint security, device restrictions, maybe. I don't know. I've done a lot just on my own. I've been messing with uh, oops, some applications, device branding for autopilot. You can do a lot of cool stuff. I don't want to lock this machine to show you some of that stuff, but got a lock screen and a few other pieces. I've been following a guy. He's got his site Get Rubric, Microsoft MVP, but been learning a lot of cool things about autopilot and Intune with some of the stuff they do. But anyhow, we're going to jump into what we're going to cover today, and that will be scripts and remediation. So we'll start off with platform scripts. I can't remember if we covered that. I've already got a couple of them in here. One of them is, sorry, my nose. Still not working. I need to dig into that. The Dart theme, but the remove Apex applications, bloatware, whatever you want to call it. Is that somewhere in here? Here we go. So, kind of borrowed again from the guy I mentioned. Kind of stuck to what he had scripted, removing Teams, Skype, mixed reality portal, dev home, all the Xbox stuff. Really cleaning up the machine. That way when the user logs into it, doesn't have a whole bunch of bloatware. Kind of like getting a Pixel phone from Google. Buy like a Samsung or whatever that, you get all that bloatware. That's what we're doing. But anyhow, I think we saw that in the video for autopilot. I can't remember. But with platform scripts, again, they run once and they will run during the enrollment status page before the device setup. So before you get your apps, if applications need specific directories or things need to be turned on or altered during that process, this would be a good candidate. Or if you need something deployed out there and the script ran once. But you have to be careful because, again, there's issues with your scripting or machines out there. It's not really going to be beneficial to you. So we're going to get one of these in there. We're going to kind of do something basic. We'll get the, we'll do directories. Create, spell that right? Yep. Create directories. Oh, did I create that? No, I didn't. All right, must have been earlier when I was playing around. Create directories. For apps. How about that? All right, so we need to select our script, create directories. Again, I was messing around. That's why we're getting that error message. We're going to turn off run-in as logged on credentials. We're not going to enforce script signatures, and we will run 64. We will assign to all devices. Next, and create. Awesome. It's a sign. We're looking good. All right, so once these are in here and things have settled, you can, again, it will run during autopilot. It will run when the machine checks in. You can reboot the machine, or we can just restart the Intune management server to test these. Is it Microsoft? Yes. All right, so let's restart. And we'll give it a bit. So there, some extra info on how to get these scripts to run if you're testing. But probably would be testing the script prior to importing it into your tenant. Let me refresh that. Oh yeah, my naming scheme is a little off. Oh well. I don't think I have too much longer with this tenant anyway. I'll be tearing it down and creating another one. And I need some water. So I'm going to let this sit for just a minute. I'm going to grab some water and I'll be right back. Hello? I don't think it done anything. All right, let's kick it off one again. Run for me, please. Run for me, please. Let's see what we got in that script. All right, so we should get a temp and data folder. Not a very patient man may need to reboot and log in with the actual user assigned to this machine. There we go. Not patient enough. All right, so we created our directories. We're good to go. So we accomplished what we wanted to outside of the enrollment status page. And again, it will run once and then there you have it. There's no reporting on this. You would have to create your own reporting. And you can do that with remediations. So as you can see, I can't create any, but I did toggle it on. So that's how we got these in here. But if it's blank and you cannot create, you need to enable it as long as you have the right licensing. So again, we're all on trial licenses. We're good. I just need to enable and attest, I did air quotes, that we're good to go. I think it's connector and tokens, Windows data. All right, and you need to attest to this. And I think we do have E3 with the business setup. So we'll hit save. Can't remember if this needs to be on, but let's check. No, it doesn't. All right, so just make sure you have the right licensing and that you enable that within tenant administration, connectors, tokens, Windows data, right here, license verification. All right, so we looked at platform script. It's really nothing to it. It's a run once type of thing. It can run during autopilot. It can run outside of autopilot, but there are some limitations. But with remediations, we can get some reporting. So these two by default from Microsoft, you can get some numbers back. You can get some statuses and so forth. So we created our own. I went ahead and did that. I got a, well, let's get this going. I'm just going to call this one Enable Services. So we're going to use this one to enable services, and we are going to remediate on them. So with these remediation scripts, you can just detect and get reporting on your environment, or you can have an action afterward. All right, as you can see, there's a little asterisk next to detect, but nothing for remediation. So we'll keep that in mind. But since I have my scripts over here, I need to do that over here. Here we go. Refresh. And we'll pretty much start over. What did we call this? Enable services. Yes, I'm the publisher. So we have a detect script. It will show you what's in here since it's kind of hard to read on the screen. There we go. So services, .3 service, that is our wired auto config. That's probably something you want running in your environment. And so it will get the service name. I was messing with start type, but went with status. So if the status equals stopped, it should write to host that the service is stopped, action needed, but that doesn't really do anything. The key thing that works here is the exit code 1. So exit code 1 will trigger a remediation, an action. So we're going to use a, oh my God, why am I struggling? A remediation script as well. So exit code 0, it will do nothing. So just some logic in there. Again, everything's using these conditional statements. Or, and, if, then, etc. So if this one, run the remediation, etc. So kind of put in a lot of wording. I should have just kind of kept it all the same, but no action needed, remediation not needed, etc. So we got that. And we will remediate by setting the service here. Again, this is a pretty basic script. I should probably create it to where it's more dynamic, but I'm not worried about that right now. So the name, startup type will be automatic, and status will be running. So let's do that. Yes, it is PowerShell. I don't need anything. And I can't copy and paste between my VMware session for some reason. So I'm just going to hope this works. Pretty sure we're good. All right, and again, with platform scripts, you can't really see what's in here. So what I normally do is in the description, put in the script. That's what I do. With here, you can actually see what's going on. So just, again, keep that in mind. Remediate. No, no, yes. We're not scoping it to any tags. We will assign this to all devices. Next, and create. All right, so platform scripts, our reboot, a check-in or restart of the Intune extension, she'll do it. With remediations, they will kick off. Again, checking in. If we look at here and go to properties, edit, I guess I should have looked at this. So once we selected all devices, there's a schedule. It will run daily. We can schedule it to a filter. I don't have any filters. We can set it daily. We can have it run once. We can have it run hourly. Here we'll set it hourly. And it will run indefinitely every hour on the hour. It's like a scheduled task for these scripts. All right, so let's look at my machine. And I think I got the services pulled up. And this one's down here at the bottom. All right, so right now it is set to manual and is stopped. But we want it to set to automatic and running. So what is my machine name? Intune 1. So let's go over here to devices. Windows. Intune 1. We'll click on it and we can run the remediation through here. And we can pick and choose. We're just going to run the one that we have, and it is assigned to those devices or device, and just run. And we should have it here again fairly quickly. Not as quickly as we will want it, but it will still happen. And there we go. So it wasn't too bad. It was quicker than the platform script. So now our wired connection for our enterprise is now set to automatic and running, and it will go on that loop. So you can probably do a CSP policy to mess with that. But here we can get some reporting. and it will remediate on the hour every hour. So I think we'll stick with remediation scripts for certain settings, registry settings, and maybe services. But cool. I can't really show you unless we wait, which I don't want to do. Those turn into boring videos for the return, but it will let you know that there was an issue and it was fixed. And then you get a nice little graph. But anyhow, that's cool stuff you can do with scripts within Intune. There's some caveats to platform scripts. There are some with remediations, but with the two, you can do some cool things. A lot of cool stuff if you're developing within Autopilot and you want scripts to run there. This is kind of where I put the bulk of my scripts for that. Anything after that, I probably won't use that. And then I would move to remediations for stuff like this. Things I want. Well, actually, I would turn it on during autopilot, but anyhow, you get the gist. But cool stuff. And again, better scripting. I'll work on that. Cool stuff, and hope you learned something.